Well, let's get to know me then. It's been a while that I've created content on this channel now. I think about 18 months since I started, and it's been a massive ride, and it's been really important to see the content you guys have enjoyed and things that I've wanted to try along the way. And I think it's really important every now and again to go through some questions that you guys have that you've submitted via a Google Forms document, which I posted on YouTube community and over on Twitter. So if you do want to sort of keep up to date with things like that and submit your own questions, make sure you're following me on those platforms. Obviously subscribe to me here to see when that comes as well. And I think it's really important to give you guys the opportunity to get to know me a little bit better. So shall we start off by taking a look into the first question? Now, the first question says, what are your plans for the channel moving forward? I've seen you've started a gaming channel and have a Formula 1 channel. Now, yes, I do have an F1 channel. I believe that's on about 520 something subscribers at the moment. And I've also got a gaming channel, which is in the very early stages, trying to post daily on those platforms and obviously on this one as well. Now, when it comes to this channel, obviously, for the most part, the bread and butter on this channel is Derby County, and I have sort of been thinking over the course of the last few weeks, last few months since the end of the season that I do sort of want to like translate into sort of different sort of things. And I don't necessarily just want to be doing Derby County. I want to be able to, I don't know, live stream and play F1 25 or F1 Manager or GTA, FIFA, things like that, and Football Manager, even stuff like that. And that's obviously something which I've sort of spoke about a few times on the channel, not quite got round to it yet. There's a lot of things sort of going off in the background that I'm trying to sort of work out to make it all work so that the content that I produce on this channel is able to sort of be the best possible for you guys that are viewing and watching, because I do think that is sort of the most important thing. It's that the Derby content I provide has to be sort of adequate for you guys to look at and that you guys are getting the information you need. Now, the next question is sort of similar to that of the previous one in regards to what games am I going to play on the gaming channel. GTA doesn't appeal. Now, I am looking, I'm hoping to sort out some F1 25 content over the course of the next few days to jump onto that channel. Obviously, if you haven't already, that channel will be linked down below. I'll make sure it's put on screen as well so you know what you're looking for. Lewis Everett Gaming, F1 channel, Lewis Everett F1. Now, in regards to games, I'm really open to interpretation. Let me know what sort of things you want to see, and I'll be happy to sort of make games around that sort of thing, because I think it's really important that you guys let me know what you want to see as well. And then pretty much in regards to that one as well is about live streaming, which I mentioned a moment ago. You've mentioned you want to live stream for a while. What is stopping that at the moment? Now, in complete honesty, nothing is stopping live streaming. I'm just trying to... If I'm completely honest, it's a bit sort of like, I think live streaming is a bit nerve-wracking. Being live in front of, even if it's just one person, two people, there's no edits, there's no cuts. Like, you leave yourself very open and very vulnerable, if I'm completely honest. And at the moment, I'm still just trying to sort of work my way through this path of content creation and social media and things like that. And it's one of those which is sort of moving forward, and obviously live streams will be coming. I was going to sort stuff out for F1 25, but I'm, if I'm honest with you, I'm still getting used to the wheel, which is here, there we go. I'm still getting used to the wheel, and why I'm getting used to it, don't really think you want to see me spin out 30 times on one corner and just keep resetting the lap to sort of get used to it. But obviously, if that is something you do want to see, obviously let me know your thoughts down in the comments. And obviously, if you do have any extra questions as well, I'm more than happy to answer in text form down in the comments, so don't forget that either. Now, what are your targets for the rest of 2025? Could be live or YouTube related. Now, I am going to Dubai later on in the year, which... it's been a goal of mine to go to Dubai for years. It's always been something that's massively appealed to me, so that's going to be interesting. Obviously, some of you may know, some of you may not know, I am diagnosed autistic. I've got anxiety and all this jazz, which sort of makes essentially being away from home really difficult. And there's a lot of situations in regards to sort of my life that a lot of people don't know and will never know, sort of thing, which sort of makes everything that I do very, very difficult. Now, a big target for my life is trying to get all of that sort of under control so that I'm able to just sort of live as close to a normal life as possible. But obviously, that's not always as easy as possible. Now, in regards to targets, by the end of this year, I want to be consistently live streaming. Whether that be FIFA F125, whether it be Football Manager when that comes out and stuff like that, because I do really want to get into that sort of thing, because I want to, when GTA 6 comes out, I want to be able to live stream it the second it comes out. That's what I want to do. I want to feel comfortable and confident doing that. And obviously, to be able to become comfortable and confident, sometimes you have to step out your comfort zone and do that. So over the course of the next 6 months of this year, do expect live streams to come. I'm not entirely sure when, if I'm completely honest. But they will be coming at some point. That is sort of an aim of mine. And in regards to my channels and things like that, I'd really love my F1 channel to hit 1,000 subscribers. I'd love for my gaming channel to hit 100, 200 by the end of this year, maybe. Obviously, it's a long way to go until the end of the year, but I'd love for my F1 channel to hit 1,000, my gaming channel to hit 100, 200, and see how that sort of progresses. And then obviously on this channel, I think we've recently just hit 2,250, which I'm massively appreciative of. And hopefully sort of going forward, can we hit 3,000 by the end of the year? I don't know. Is it possible? That's sort of something I've got in my head, something targeted. But we'll obviously have to wait and see. Obviously, maybe the live streams will help that later down the line. We'll have to wait and see. Now, that was probably quite a long one in regards to that question, but let's get on to the next one. What's your favourite F1 driver and team? Love the F1 channel too. Well, thank you for the support on for the F1 channel and things like that. My favourite driver, quite obviously, is Lewis Hamilton. In regards to team, I don't necessarily have a favourite team. I sort of grew up following Lewis Hamilton, and that's sort of it in regards to that, if I'm completely honest. So if you'd have asked me a year ago, 2 years ago, I probably would have said Mercedes, because Lewis Hamilton had been with Mercedes his entire career. But if you were to ask me now, it was probably not going to be Mercedes. It's probably more going to be Ferrari, but we'll obviously have to wait and see sort of how that one sort of develops. Maybe when Lewis Hamilton goes, I might be able to sort of adopt a team along the way. Now, another question in regards to football this time. Who is your favourite team, not including Derby County? Now, obviously, there's that sort of regard of, I don't necessarily have like another favourite team, if that makes sense. I like watching Chelsea. I've always liked watching Chelsea, if I'm completely honest. I like watching Real Madrid, but it's not necessarily that I sort of like support them. It's not that they're necessarily my favourite team. I just like to watch football, if I'm completely honest, and I watch a lot of football when I can and things like that. So I wouldn't necessarily say I have a favourite football team apart from Derby, but if I was going to say one, it would probably be Chelsea or Real Madrid. I don't mind West Ham, quite like them as well. And yeah, so that's about it. So next one, what is your favourite thing about making YouTube videos? Now, obviously, if you don't know, I've been making videos on this channel for 18 months. I think I mentioned it earlier in the video. I've obviously got my F1 channel as well, which realistically didn't properly sort of get going. I probably didn't start that until sort of like, I want to say like February, March time, if I'm completely honest, this year. And then obviously the gaming channel, which I've recently started now. In regards to Derby, in regards to this channel that you're watching this on right now, realistically, it's just the fact that I am able to, I've always felt sort of, I think the best way to say it is like unheard. Like, as the type of person I am sort of in real life, like, you probably wouldn't guess, but I don't really speak to people. I very much keep myself to myself. I sort of stick with my family and my girlfriend and things like that. And realistically, I don't really talk to many people, so I don't really get to sort of address my opinions, if that makes sense. So sort of the best thing for me in that sort of concept was that when making this channel was I wanted to be able to give my opinion, and I wanted to be able to have a platform where other people can say their piece as well. Like, I've got no problem, like there'll be no sort of like censorship or anything on this channel. Like, so long as you're respectful and things like that, you can pretty much say what you want. Like, it's that simple, and I always try and keep it that way as well. I know a lot of people aren't necessarily massive fans of the videos where I talk about investment, or the videos where I talk about transfers or things like that, but there's also a lot of people that do enjoy it. And I think the important thing is, when it comes to YouTube videos, is everybody has a different opinion, and I put my opinion out there for what is now thousands of people to look at. And this month alone, I'm having like a record month essentially. And like, don't get me wrong, it's very daunting when you think that, I think over the course of the last 28 days, I've had nearly 180,000 views on this channel. That's not including obviously everything that comes with my other channels as well. But if we hang on a minute, I'm just getting up my YouTube dashboard. I've had 175,000 views in the last 28 days, which I am absolutely amazed by. I never thought I'd ever sort of get to this point, but it's one of those where you sort of, when making those videos, you're very cautious of who's going to be behind it. But I want to make sure that everybody sort of can have their own opinion and things like that. And that's obviously something which you guys can talk about as well down in the comments. If that's something you agree with, do I do it right? Do I do it wrong? Like, genuinely let me know your opinions down below. Now, on to the next one. When you live stream, where will you be live? Now, when I do live stream, I will be multi-streaming across the course of on this channel, on Twitch, and on TikTok, maybe even on Kick as well, because in this day and age, the fact that you can multi-stream cross-platform, you might as well, because you never know which one's going to pop first. And I think that's sort of the main aim of anybody that's streaming. As much as people say, like, I'm doing it for the love of the game or anything like that, everyone's dream in regards to socials and things like that, if you do it properly, I'm not talking about someone who just pops on every now and again. I'm talking about the people that like put effort into making content and things like that. The dream is to pop off, and at the end of the day, that is the dream, that is the goal. So yeah, I will be, when I'm live, I'll be live here on this channel, Twitch, and on TikTok. The other YouTube channels that I use will be linked down in the description. The Twitch account will be linked down there as well. And also, what else needs to be linked down there? I'll link my TikTok as well, so that you guys can go and find that. I've got a couple of different TikTok accounts as well. Now, the next one is a very, very interesting one. I think it's the last one that we're going to do. I don't want to make this video too long. How do you deal with hate comments? Now, realistically, dealing with hate comments is quite interesting, because I know a lot of people get offended, a lot of people get upset by some of the comments that people make to people. And like, I've had conversations with my family where they've seen a comment and wanted to respond. But for me, I genuinely don't care. Like, at the end of the day, you don't know me, I don't know you. And I know there's people that are probably on Twitter or whatever who try and claim that they know me, they know the things that I've been through, like the jobs I've done and stuff like that. But ultimately, the only person that really knows my story is me. So at the end of the day, if you're hating on what I'm doing now, why? What does that do for you? Like, the way I see it is, I've always been brought up with the intention of work hard, do what you want to do, and be happy. And that's sort of what I'm doing. And at the end of the day, there was a quote I saw once, which was sort of in regards to like people and things like this. And it was basically was along the lines of, why are you listening to people that aren't doing what you want to do? And that's sort of the circumstance I sort of see in regards to that of hate comments. Like, there's like people who are like 50, 60 in my comment section sometimes, complaining and hating on what I do and things like that. And that's completely fine. Everyone's entitled to their own opinion. But why am I bothered about what you think? Like, at the end of the day, that's just the way it is for me. I don't particularly give a flying fuck what people think, and I just try and sort of move along with my day and do my own thing. And if they don't like it, they don't like it. Like, I don't force anybody to click on my videos. I don't force anybody to watch my videos. If you want to, you can. If you don't want to, that's completely fine. Obviously, some of you may have found me on like Facebook or Twitter or something, and I get a lot of stick on Facebook for posting my videos. But at the end of the day, I think if I went through my entire channel views, I think like there's a good percentage of viewership which comes from external sources like that of Facebook. Now, if I will get it up on screen, I'm not going to show you exactly how much it is, but if I do get it up on my sort of YouTube dashboard, it will be all. I always think it's very interesting to see, because if I can just get up the last 28 days, like 15,000 views have come from external sources not linked to YouTube. And yes, that's only 15,000 of 174,000. That's still a heck of a lot of views. Like 15,000 views is a lot of views, and they all come from external sources like Facebook, like Twitter, like Instagram, like TikTok, and things like that. And that's obvious. And also, there's people who might find my videos and then search it through YouTube, but they found me somewhere else. So it is obviously interesting to see how it's going to develop over the course of the next few months. Now, obviously, I do think it's really important to say that I am willing to do more of these videos if you guys would like to see that. So if you haven't done so already, let me know your thoughts down in the comments. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, turn on that notification bell, and I will catch you in my next video.